know where that tripod thing is. At the moment, no, not really. Unfortunately, I do not. I mean, the laptop, back of the laptop works for it, but not if I'm wanting to charge it. And I don't need to. It's been plugged in and uh, it's completely charged. But um, this thing drops fast. That's the thing. But change. But yeah, as far as yeah, so it drops fast, but chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. And then sometimes when I go to plug it in, it doesn't keep the video rolling, both audio and visual, or yeah. And actually lately there's been a few times where it's actually dropped at like 25%. I think even one time 70. So I'm just gonna go turn this light off because I am finding it a bit bright in my morning eyes. I thought it was too dark earlier. Now I think it's too bright. Like I say, but I didn't want to unplug it. I knew it wasn't going to be very long. Putting on some lotion. So, hello, good day. Welcome. Started about a minute or so ago. Yeah, about a minute, going on to 2. And make sure that chat is turned on. And yeah, I'm hoping to do some music. Don't have any particular ideas, but I'm open to suggestions. And just to chat. I want to talk about kind of maybe when we're feeling uneasy about something. I know that could be we don't have to talk about that, but it could be helpful, and we all feel it from time to time. Other than that, just, here to chat about whatever you might want to chat about. I was just thinking about, there's about maybe 4 of my regulars. That person must just have wanted to listen. They're like, okay, well, you sound like you just want people to suggest topics, and I don't got any. No, but just a moment, putting on a bit more lotion. I'm just thinking though, like 4 of my regular followers, they're not on every video of mine, but they try to be. They enjoy it when they are, as I enjoy being on theirs. Actually, 5. Um, could be at church right now. It's true. Some of them have. Kind of want to wait to say anything further. You can skip ahead if you're seeing this afterwards. I'd rather wait till there's somebody watching. That being said, what I'm sort of about to allude to, is not that I am uncomfortable with religious topics. It's just if it's chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not, by the way. It's just if it's all that somebody kind of talks about, or everything they say is sounds like it's coming across in a religious manner. That's when I'm not big about it. Otherwise, we gotta respect each other and try and find common ground and understanding, and try not to, devalue anybody. Um, and I'm in a fairly good place as far as talking about that kind of stuff, since I'm pretty much agnostic. But, sorry, just a moment. Sorry for the slow start. That being said, I'm not super well versed, and that's why I wouldn't necessarily want to talk about it, because I might not be able to fully understand. And some people will say, "Oh, great, I'll teach you then." But no, I even if you tried, I might still not. But anyway, we don't have to. But I'm really just saying. But I'm gonna say my energy because I don't have a lot of other things to say until other people say stuff. And I am still waking up. I've been up for about an hour and a half, but it's like it's that cloudy sky that's kind of still bright. Kind of maybe tell from the window there. So I'm hesitant to keep this plugged in though because it's got and now it isn't. The cord is needing to be replaced soon, and this way I don't have to hold it the whole time. I'll bring this a little bit closer maybe. Oh, and the other thing I suppose I should do is bring it up on this screen. Dave was having it laid out because we just ate a lot this morning. We got tired to do that. That's the one. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so there's about 4 or maybe even 5 people, I think, that have been following the channel lately that could potentially be at church right now. And it's not a requirement that actually, but yet YouTube's been showing me a lot of people that are religious. And they've been pretty good people to connect with, so I appreciate them. But depending on if they went at 8 or 9, some of them are the same time zone, like even Texas is the same, and then some of them are like an hour or two different. Personally, I don't think much should start before 8 in general. Anything. Like I don't live stream until at least 8:30, 8:45, which is close, but not 8. And yeah, anything much past 8 or 8:30. Truth be told, anytime. Sorry, I've just got this sheet on. It was a bit chilly. Truth be told, that anytime I ever did go to church, I didn't go to anything that started. I mean, I would have went to maybe something that started at 10-ish, but I didn't go to any that started. I went to 2 different ones at different times in my life, and they both started at 11. And one of them served almost a full course lunch after each time, so that was a perk, you know. I know some people are probably saying, "You mean you didn't go for the Lord?" No, I went for His community and the food and the music, you know. Even though they never had me doing it, which is stupid, but you know what? They had their main people, and I guess they had other people that they were. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't understand it. They did have G do it once, but that felt awkward. The guy that was kind of in charge was a little awkward and uptight and stuff. And never asked me. Now, he may not have known it was musical, but he didn't really take a lot of time to try and get to know me either. Or either of us that much. But she kind of made it obvious that he played the flute. I'm just going to put some muscle rub on. But he didn't ask. He plays. I mean, you couldn't have everybody up there. It's true, but not everybody was musical. You know, maybe he didn't like too much going on the stage, but he thought that would be a nice addition. And he already played guitar, and I think he may have sang, but he didn't come across as someone who was much of a singer or talker. And I don't remember him singing that great or bad, but no, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, and I don't sense that he's one that spends much time on YouTube. I could be wrong, but like I say, he isn't the most social person. Of course, some people do prefer to just watch, I suppose, but to me, he seemed more like the type that would read books, and including the You Know What book, right? And I did monetize this, didn't I? Yeah, I thought I might do music covers. So I thought, just in case. So that made me feel better, even though I didn't say yeah. But, yeah, anyway. Someone's got to do more than read books and work. I mean, most people, if they don't watch YouTube, they watch TV, I would think. But I guess he did a lot with music, and I think he was probably one of those types that, like, really, really practiced music a lot. Like maybe tried to prepare himself too much for each Sunday performance, I mean, everybody's different, so that's fine, but, some people kind of get hyper into doing that, right? And that's the vibe I get. Oh, hello, Leanne, how are you? I'm about to eat, so I will come back. Okay. I hope you can give it a like. I know you likely will like. I guess you're home from church already, actually. And, but I know that you focus on your meals with your family. I don't know how long I'm going to roll. I unplugged my cell phone, so honestly, it's at 99%. That light didn't stick, by the way. It looks like you're still here, but just so you know, because people look for that kind of thing. How many likes does this have? Should I watch it? Good. You just woke up. Oh, but today is Sunday. Today is the Lord's true day. No, just kidding. But that's cool. That's cool. I mean, and yeah, I just ate probably more than I needed to first thing in the morning, but or two. Well, I mean, I'd been laying awake for a little while. Oh, it doesn't say it though. Those two were already there, but okay. It must not have stuck. But anyway, yeah, I laid awake for a while, and then I was still upstairs for a while, and then I was doing stuff in the kitchen for about 15 minutes, and I don't know. Basically, I did that pizza for breakfast thing, and it was actually kind of a unique pizza. I put some paneer cheese. There was already some bacon and olives on it. I know vegans, I understand it, but I like the variety. I know I alluded to this once before, and I can't remember if that was the one that had all the trolls. I don't think it was. And yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I can't. Too tired by midnight, usually. It's like, I'm good. Bring me to the next day. Let me, not necessarily sleep away the pains of the day, but just the difficulties of life. The stresses, the lackings that we may feel. Even though, because you can still feel very thankful for what you have, and still feel like you need more in life. I mean, it's true. But yeah, so I had paneer, bacon, olives, because some of it was frozen pizza that we made a couple days prior, and it was kind of not the freshest, and wasn't really a fresh pizza to begin with. So I've been doing that in substitution of eggs, actually, with a little bit of curry and sometimes salt. It's mild curry, just so happens, and we've had it around in our kitchen for a while, but that stuff lasts a while, I think. So wanted to start using it up. It doesn't seal very well again either, so I shouldn't keep it in the fridge, but I've been keeping it with the paneer. So yeah, I had that and a small bit of cinnamon bread because I felt that was breakfasty with peanut butter, but I really don't like that bread. Even though there's no raisins. I had my nephews over last night and they left at 6:30 and retired. Well, and you know how blessed you were to be around your grandparents, that not everybody has that. And I think you heard about Crystal. Um, let's see. So what kind of fun did you guys have last night? And are they your age or younger? Anywho, so yeah, at the moment you are the only one here, but if your family's waiting for you, I mean, if it's just a matter of you feel like you should go downstairs and eat, but you don't mind waiting, I'm happy to have you here. But if you're really hungry or your family's waiting for you, then we had a lot of fun. We played basketball again, eh? Oh yeah, and a bunch of other games that I can't remember. Got that drunk, did you? No, not at you shouldn't be drinking, and I'm sure you weren't, but just when you said and a bunch of other things I can't remember, even though it was just last night, my head went there. But actually, that's an interesting segue. I wanted to talk about for a moment. I did have one other topic kind of planned, and then otherwise it's whatever we chat about. So I hear plates getting plated. Yeah, so I do. And you do sometimes come back, so I do appreciate it. Because if nobody else is here and I don't have topics, I'll just be sitting here twiddling my thumbs. No pressure. But I would sometimes like to say in this house, no rush, just hurry up. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so my friend Ray, that passed. I looked at the video that I made. Become. What are we going to become this year? That's a question, right? What do you want to become this year? What things do you hope for? Anyway, but I pulled up a video that had that I did as a tribute to this friend. Like I say, the best way I can describe it is I was trying to process what happened. I maybe felt like I needed to talk to someone about it. I may have felt a bit of like in shock. And what I can't figure out is the other person in the house has a fitness routine and usually does it in a certain room in the morning, a dance fitness thing, because of the sun coming through the window. But I remember finding out at night, but I remember him doing it in that room. So it's odd. Like I'm pretty sure my memory is accurate on both of those things. So anyway, and I came and did a live stream, and again, our connection was very musically based, not only, but and she worked in music, kind of, and so I felt like it was kind of a nudge. Just do some music. Play for me, play for YouTube, play for yourself, and have fun, essentially, right? So I wanted to look back at that video, and I couldn't find it at first. I actually had to search a couple of key words, and then I found it. By the way, I need help titling this video. And then I found it, and then right around there, it was also showing me a particular game show that I've been watching a lot lately. And this morning I was browsing to see if there was any comments I missed on anything, and I got as far as a video that had a kind of a heavenly visual. And then underneath that one, when I clicked it, it showed this same video again. But already I was wondering, is there something within that video that might kind of connect to my friend? The only things I've noticed so far is they tried to give Ray a stove, which they called a range. She had good vocal range, and I know that she feels I do. And then also, there was a commercial for like a memorializing something or whatever. I forget the exact details, but a loved one, essentially. Oh, and it was about funerals. And I thought, well, she's one of the more recent funerals I've been to, and she had one, and I'm even though it was what it was, I was glad to be at it. I really was, You know, I was a little unsure about my. So I can't remember how this figure am I? Okay, whatever. Anyway, there was just a part of it that I didn't want people to read into. But yeah, that light does. I think you're still here, actually, Leanne. It's one other person that came in. They haven't said anything yet that I could see, but I think you're still here. But yeah, your light didn't go through. I'm going to eat in my room, but I'm going to finish my show. There's like 15 minutes. Okay, this is your show? No, just kidding. Thanks for letting me know. I guess you're like, I didn't know you. I didn't know that in your family that would be okay, but I'm glad that it is. And I guess you're like, no, these are the two things I want to do, and I don't care what anybody says, I'm doing them. So out of curiosity, dare I ask, I'm sure it's a good show. What's your show? What should we call this show today? Anyway, but yeah, so it was interesting how it was showing me all these things and re-showing me these things, kind of in connection to when I had that open, and it was also, I did happen to mention it, yeah. And so yeah, it was kind of, what was also interesting is she was doing some stuff with numerology, I noticed, sort of. Like, where the video opened, it wasn't at the start. Because when I opened it, I was playing music right away, and I was like, I know I did an introduction, a spoken introduction. Um, and, but I don't know if that's where I'm meant to watch it from. I don't know if this will make sense to you, but I feel like, you're like, it hasn't yet. No, just kidding. Oh, okay. And you're like, and actually it is Sunday. That's very interesting. I would have thought you would have been at church. Okay, so I was wrong. Why they watched her outdoor show? Not too sure I'm understanding that. I'm also not too sure you're still here, but that's also kind of symbolic in a way. Because at her funeral, not to talk about, sad stuff this whole time. And the other person, please don't be shy. If it's not Leanne that is still showing there, then please don't be shy. But they played a video of her singing with her family's band outside. And I tried to put it in one of my videos recently. Okay, now it says nobody's there. And it told me it was the original, but the original sung by a guy. She doesn't sound like one, so that was odd, but whatever. But for some reason water doesn't help as much as this. And I think even if I managed to feel okay not using this sometimes, if I didn't, yeah, I've seen some that really not healthy. But yeah, so it was showing that, and I thought that was interesting. Um, yeah, these just suddenly went down. Yeah, so that was kind of. Oh, so yeah, I don't know. It said, "Oh, this is owned by this band." I guess just because it was the song. A lot of musicians, they're happy to have people doing their music. They're happy to have the music out there. But I'd really love to have that radio playing. But I don't know what it would play. I don't want to be up and down too much, changing it, turning it off, whatever. And because I got the pillows perfect, and it just, I got my exercise moving around in the kitchen and going up and downstairs a little bit this morning. I'm good. But plates getting plated. I love that phrase. I do have some reading I'd like to do. I'd sort of like to be drinking more coffee, but I don't usually actually even have a full cup every morning. Sometimes almost a full cup, and then I just top it off later in the day. Uh, I don't need the energy strongly. I might like to have more than I feel like I have in that way, but and then I do want a nap later. But I guess we're not gonna. We have somebody stopping by for a little while at around 2ish, I think. Although I don't know if she was just confirming that or if she changed the time slightly. I can't remember. It wasn't me that was really. It was the other person in the house. But you know what? Since I have this here, and I actually don't mind it, though I don't drink a lot of soda. I think I'll have some of this just in time for you tuning in. The spout opening is backwards. I'm noticing that, but whatever. I don't think that's normal. I think it's just kind of how this can turned out, but I could be wrong. But the question is it too cold for my teeth? It's not a healthy drink, I understand, and that's part of the reason why I don't drink them very much. But it's also not as fizzy as some of the other sodas. Like, you don't have to tell me what 7-Up is, I just need to go get one. Ugh. Maybe I don't like it. I took a couple sips last night and I thought, yeah, that's not bad. It really just tastes like sugar water, though. And there's a other flavor that I'm not too sure I like. It could be the lemon or the lime mixed with that. So, and G eats a lot of candy. He especially doesn't need also soda. And he said he's trying to drink less soda, but how much so, I'm not sure. How much less or how much he's trying, I'm not sure. But, but it's interesting. The way she typed that title, I'm not sure if that was what she meant to say. And I expect her back in 20 minutes, since she said 15 minutes of the rest of her show. She was very specific. Maybe a little hour break, I don't know. But why they watched her show, if I was to answer that question about what I was just speaking about, well, obviously, to tribute her, to remember her, because maybe she didn't perform with them that often, but they did often, and they thought it was a good message in the song, and it is, and I almost want to play it, but I don't think I've even said what the song is. I don't really like the musical group's name, the band, and I don't really, I don't know. I sort of want to, and it is 11 o'clock, so it's not quite morning anymore, so I should be awake and everything. I also should be awake because I've been rolling for 27 minutes, but, was there anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, no, I just thought that those were all interesting coincidences, and I'm trying to decide, like I say, if I should watch that video from the beginning or just where it opened from, and, yeah. I just had an interesting thought. That could be somewhat accurate. Because what I'll say is I've done a lot of healing. I still feel her presence around, which is lovely when I do. And symbols and stuff. And, I do take solace, or whatever the word would be, in knowing that she's in a better place, knowing that she's, and then her mother passing away near the end of this year, knowing that, feeling fairly strongly that they're together again, that's what the kind of stuff that makes it easier, right? So, yeah, what's this I was going to say? But there's a part of me that sort of feels like, I just gotta, I was struggling to put into words how long it takes. I feel like that's probably her saying that, maybe your dad's drinking a lot, but he should do more physical activities. I'm not in contact with him though, so that makes sense. But it might be a little bit beyond that. But yeah, I kind of want to wait to express this particular thought until I'm back. I kind of, because there's nobody here right now, I kind of don't. I'm not really sure. I know what I just typed in there, and I'm 2 minutes ahead of myself on it at this point. Um, and that could be right around when that goes back. But maybe she'll be like, okay, I'm back, and now he's not here. They're not here, but maybe if, that's so weird. For that person I was talking to the other day kept saying, I said brother. They're not running me. I said brother. At one point I said, just, appreciate, understand, but this guy. And then she kept saying it. Maybe she's like, well, you don't sound like you're that close to him, or like you talk with him all that often. So you don't know what he's going through. And at one point, I even said the fact that she was saying it so much made me wonder if he was thinking about that. I doubt it, but it kind of made me wonder. And it says, but I mean, maybe she thought, well, there's still possibilities, so I'm just going to use this language because this is the kind of language that I use to be, inclusive and you know, on the same side of it, So, um, but yeah, but basically, uh, this video that I want to look back at um, when I found out that my friend had passed. It's interesting. I'm kind of telling myself, I wonder if the reason why I want to see it right from the start and why I want to watch it again, I think it's important to note that I've even though it's only been not quite but almost a year, I've found the healing for the most part. I've accepted that it's happened. I again know that she's in a better place, and I do feel that she's still living this in a different way. So if I felt, and I mean, it's hard to think that her family doesn't have her anymore and her other friends, but if I sit here and think, you know, oh, she just is no more. I mean, that's just not the way I think. She's gone forever now. She's ceasing to exist. I'd probably have a harder time accepting it, to be quite honest. And, you know, just putting on some muscle rub. But, is it that 32 mark? It is. So I will be right back. And then, yeah, I will share that thought. I'll maybe play some songs. The thought that I haven't fully said yet. Maybe play some songs. I'll put the guitar in view. That way if anybody sees it, and they should, because it's here, they'll be like, oh, he's going to play some music. I hope you play this. I hope you play this. I hope you play this. Dogs around. I honestly think she wasn't playing. talking to the screen and talking to myself. She's doing something else right now, and often he's at work. But I'm sure that she has the TV on around her dog and listens to music sometimes around her dog. Like, I don't think that was a good excuse just because dogs have sensitive hearing. Although I know that they do. But ours doesn't seem to be going deaf, and he's often in room with, meditation music but playing through a speaker, or G's fitness music. And when I was just up there, it actually sounded a little bit like my friend's voice with that range and styling. And not that she only sang, one style of music, but, and also sounded kind of clubby, also kind of nostalgic. It sounded like there were elements of, like, video game music or something in it. I don't like how this adapter, they pull out easily for me. But yeah, so, but most people that go to church, well, some people are religious, but they don't go to church. I wish I could remember exactly what, I think it was my friend that was already here and the one that I'm just inviting in was saying about that, because it made me kind of think that maybe they don't, but they do believe. So, yeah. That was actually kind of ironic. I was talking about theater that it's on because that does kind of connect to that play that I've worked on. And now I'm talking about Ray in this one. But that I could get into that one. Yeah. Kind of want to wait. I said 32 under 5. We're about at 5 or possibly 6 now. I am wondering if I want to play the other one, but I do like the fuller sound of this one. And the other one goes out of tune a lot more, I think. Or I couldn't get it in tune as much as I would like. Though this one's a lot bigger, and sometimes when I'm feeling inflammation on my sides or have a sore arm, it's a bit harder to play. But so I think I'm gonna noodle through something. But you're welcome to song request as well. But just to kind of finish what I was on about a moment ago, although the person looks like they left and I'd really rather do it. Sorry, no, that was the 2 likes. I thought 2 people came in just a moment ago. I'd really rather wait till there's somebody here. So you can skip ahead a bit. I can't tell you how long it's going to be, but I need to watch my energy levels and I'd rather do it that way. That's perfect. Jesus, I'll smoke so you have yours quiet too. Yeah, I like that. On my shoulder, right? Yeah, so this video that I was talking about, that, and this friend, I haven't really had an answer or known what to think as far as wanting to look back at it, but I think the things I've already said, I think have me at a place where I could. And then also, and there was 2 people very briefly there, but also, I don't want to put this thing out of tune. Uh, um, it's possible that it's possible that a couple things that I want to kind of be there for myself again. You know, I mean, I could watch it with G, but I don't know because this could be too sad. But I feel like I need to comfort myself a little bit, if that makes any sense at all. But also, maybe I still feel like I need to let out some tears and some sadness. I probably have cried a few times. I know over the holidays, you know, there was a couple of times I said, you know, it's sad. This is their first Christmas without her. I mean, I never really celebrated Christmas with her, personally, but you know, and but I don't know if I actually cried when I said it. But it can be a very healing thing to do, you know, and kind of like a release of the emotions, you know. Thanks for the like, by the way. I think it just yeah, somebody just came in and liked it. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to sing this song that's on my mind, and then it looks like the left maybe didn't, but I think I will play it, and then I'm open to other suggestions. Like I said, it's kind of the group's name I don't like, but also I don't think I know that many of their other songs. In fact, I do know one that I did quite a bit in high school, which kind of similar with other stuff I did in high school, you know, music-wise. Similar reasons. A little less so, but that one is a fun one. I think Brock was briefly there, but I don't know if he really said much about a performance of it or really stayed around. And he seems to pop in very briefly, but the first time I met him, or the first and second time, he stuck around for a while. And then the last couple times, it's like he pops in, happy to say hi, hope you're having a great day or whatever, and he doesn't really stay. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's when my chat is otherwise a bit busier. At least one of the two times it has been. And I don't know if he's socially anxious or what it is, but because that can be online too sometimes, right? But anyway, I'm just thinking that I do remember he was there when I played that song more recently. But okay, well, let's try this, eh? There is a couple of lyrics I like, especially like, but again, I don't really. Why don't we play a little bit of Name That Tune? Is there anybody here? Sometimes it says that there's not, but there is. Watch it be like Leanne. She's like, yeah, I'm here. My show finished. I'm just finishing eating, but I'm here. How did you know? Because it's like, you do that? Honestly, I think it has been like 20 minutes, so it should be. That's actually a song I kind of might want to do. I don't know what I feel completely about it, but let me just look it up. Feel a little bit mixy. Oh, really? No, not gonna do that one. I thought it was. I didn't know it was by them. It seems to be a theme right now. I hope I can get out of that theme and actually find some music to do. But 65%. I mean, I can try and plug it in, but I don't know where that darn tripod is. Too much stuff out here, and I really should do some organizing. Because I knew where it was a couple of days. Yes, the other day. I knew where it was, but just at the moment I do not. And it's a little bit fine when I can borrow his phone when he's home because it lasts a long time unplugged. But oh, here it is. Kind of want to noodle with the cords though. I don't know if it would be really recognizable or not. They're kind of unique. I want to noodle through it a little bit. It's all about the noodling today. I never usually use this on here because it's maybe too big for it, but it's working at the moment, so that's good enough. I still have to watch back, but yeah, I don't know how to probably turn because it's only been in the live chats, which actually there was one. I wouldn't have done it via the computer because that has not been working lately, and I could see the option of having live chat on, and if you're going to be live, I mean, it's not upload. I mean, I guess you're using the storage space mostly, and that may be what you just want to focus. But no, I appreciate the chat. For the most part, I'm happy to have it on, but to show it afterwards. But there was one I looked back at recently that it did. So, but it seems to do it when it wants to do it and not when it doesn't. So basically, up there. So yeah, I can do it there, or if she comments anything after, but I don't think she has. Or if I find the tab where I have it open, but good luck with that and everything else I have open, kind of what I'm feeling, but I do have it open in both spots, so if she comes into this one, I'll open it. Part of it is I'm not really big about shorts. They're too short. I click in and I'm ready to watch for a little while, and before I've even begun, it's finished. But I do like horses. My dad worked with them, and I do want to show some love to her channel because she's showing quite a bit in my live chat. So yeah, I hope she shows up so I can click it open and know which tab it's in, aka the next one. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one, and hopefully make some songs for us. Aww. Fortunately, he can't call us because his changing number has difficulties, maintaining phones and sometimes in the hospital and this and that. But, so it's only the things to go here. Like say Happy New Year or something like that, right? It's make it better for each other, kind of thing, and enjoy it together. But, okay, so I've thought of a song I'm going to do. That other one truly is kind of boring to play. Last time I did this one was on the keyboard, which, was a bit fancier in some ways than the piano. So I don't know if I really feel like doing it on either of those. I think I'll do it on the guitar. Maybe I should put a bit of that muscle stuff on my arm. That way it kind of, my arm is sore. It helps, right? Or at least gives it a sensation to focus on. Because it kind of, not really burns, but you notice it's on there. Cools. That's what I think it's supposed to say. So now that my arm is all cool, let's do it. I'd actually almost rather follow it on there because I'm going to have to scroll at some point and then it's flimsy. But that's kind of far away. Better on the piano because more stable. Would it be better there? No, because it's not front on. Brother, there's an endless guitar in a while. That kind of took a lot on me. So I've done so far. Myself. Oh. Oh wow. That's quite the lyric, I must say. That's a very interesting lyric. I kind of really do want to do that song. I don't know if it would be as recognized on the piano. If it was to go there and do it, maybe. Maybe. But if it is, and I think that it very well could be, then it's like, I don't know. You know, it's one of those rare songs that I think I'd rather just play myself. I don't know. Did a nice job on that song, but yes, you're so literal. You're so literal. She says. I took that quite literally, actually, just so you know. And then I hear it, and I'll say, of course he did. Hi. JP and Jason too? I almost thought Jason didn't make it last time, but I think he briefly did. Oh my god, briefs. Oh my gosh. Strutting around. Strut, strut, come on, walk with me. Strut, strut, cause you wanna be. Everybody's looking for some love, but they don't know how to let it on. That's why they're so, so low. They wanna be solo, solo. I don't know why I sang that like that, but where's Crystal? It sounded like my bear Crystal that I had growing up. He does have some fun music, though. He does. It's a bit of a trigger because I had an ex, not that I miss her much at all. I had an ex that really liked her, and he was on a show similar to one I hope to make it big on, and he got to do so many interesting things. I mean, I think Brady had been well passed away by then, and the names are kind of meant with me and Iggy, but and I remember once he said in one direction, I'm like, what the hell? And there's one particular cover song that he does that's really interesting, and it sounds Middle Eastern, even though it's not Middle Eastern, and neither is the original. But I don't really like the person who does the original song. And then that other song that came up recently, I wouldn't have known who did it. I could have looked it up, but I think that means that. And yeah, I thought too. I don't mean to sound so much like that. I really don't. It's just all the ones that are kind of coming to me are fit in that description. Oh, is he bi? Oh, that's why people thought he had a right maybe, or are they going to be bi? What? Mm, mm, mm. I'm confused about that post, to be quite honest, but whatever. Don't think I know it. I can't send it to him. But it's going to be. Why is it selected under African? I don't know, but that's a good double entendre. But then it's kind of a triple. But then it's kind of one. I don't know. I'm so confused. Somebody help me out. Whoa, whoa, won't you put me on the back burner? Whoa, whoa. Da, 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 da. You have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. Da, 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 I need home for a rest. Take a vacation or soon be my death. That's a song though. This one especially. Oh really? I don't know if this is the song I was thinking of, but there was somebody that used to sing it at karaoke quite often. No, that's not the song I was thinking of. I kind of want to do a couple name that tunes. One of them though, I just noodled through it a little bit, and honestly, the guitar part is very simple. I kind of want to plug this in and see that it behaves, but I kind of want to wait a couple minutes. But you know, knowing that it might drop at 25% or more, might as well plug it in and hope for the best. Too, so it's good. Well, I don't know what that. That's the site that has my tuner. I didn't know that they. Oh, is it that song? I think it might be this song actually, and I like it. For some reason I just heard a little bit more of it in my head, and I think that helped out. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is, because people don't take that word for what it is. Why, I don't know, but they don't. Trying to think of what else he's saying. He did one that I almost did the other day, but I must admit that Billy Joel one was quite fun to do. Wonder if I should try it on the guitar. I mean, on the piano. And it's probably opening up another window, but I don't know if I want to go from what I have on there. So what was it again? But the good old... Oh, right, right. Going back to the good old days, but they weren't always good. That makes sense. And you know, he might have other songs I might like to look at doing. Was he not the one that was with Celine Dion? I think he was. Married to her? Or did they just look like each other? Billy Joel and this guy. I think maybe that's the case. Oh, that's a cool section I never knew about. Okay, I think I found a song I'd like to do on the piano. I did just plug this in fairly recently, but it's not that low, but this phone sometimes drops, so it might drop in the middle, it might not. What I think I'm going to very quickly do, and there was somebody very briefly there, but they left, is, I don't know whether I want piano or keyboard. I was saying to G the other day, because we were both calling the dog this morning, and it felt like we were singing together the way we were doing it. I said, we do sing together, but not all that often anymore. So stay tuned. That might be in this. But he might be downstairs soon. I don't know if he'd know this song. He could accompany me with it somehow, but probably not vocally. But a lot of people probably would know this song, and he probably should. It's kind of there's the internet and lots of different ways to find out about lots of different music, but I could use the statement, it's of his generation. I could. Talking about my generation. My generation. Anyway, so I'll do this song. I'll maybe do some other songs by this artist. And if you have any other suggestions, feel free. There was somebody very briefly there. Looked like they were going to stay. Maybe they did, and it just doesn't show it that way. But I'm going to get my water. Let this be plugged in for a bit longer. Do some music. Maybe check on G. Check on G, cause G checks on me. I don't know how many days it was since I did that song. Probably 2 or 3. The Duke of Earl. And I was there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Real baby. Cool. Cool. I should have had the guitar in view. That way people would know that music would be happening on the piano shortly. Woo! Now, well, now I've confused myself. He just put the light on in the room that the keyboard's in, and even though it's daytime, it's kind of, it wasn't super bright in there. Probably bright enough, but a little bit gloomy because it's not super bright. Now, did I notice when I went up there? Yes, I didn't just go up there to say hi to him. So I'm just But anyway, but then I said piano, and they are similar but different. Everybody says no, they're completely different. I wouldn't agree with, but I mean they both had the black and white keys. You can play like a piano on a keyboard, but the feel is different. There is more presets and stuff, right, on a keyboard. Um, anyway, I should get to it though. Fortunately, I'm only at 54%, so it's only went up about 10 to 11%. But yeah, I'm feeling more the keyboard than the guitar, or one of those two than the guitar. We are very blessed. We are very blessed to have both, you know, and it keeps us enjoying music. You know, not that we wouldn't otherwise, but even though we're unfortunately not getting a lot of gigs and we don't drive, so, you know. But I have a feeling that where he gets them from, probably gets keyboards fairly often, although he hadn't mentioned it much until we got that one. But anyway, so now the song I'm thinking of doing, I'm not sure why it's sometimes the case that I yes, I mentioned it, but it's a dark on dark, but that I don't worry whether the sky is gray or blue. Speaking of that video, because that was the other thing I wanted to look up. Um, okay, so she heard it and liked that I was live, and she did that 38 minutes ago, but I guess she got distracted. And that's how she's showing us. Maybe she's the one that came in and gave the like briefly, but didn't have time to watch. Because I feel like it was right around that same time. Anyway, I don't know if I want to do more of that person's, and when it suggests similar songs, I don't know if it's going to only suggest songs by that artist, and most artists have a few, right? Or if it's going to suggest songs that have a similar theme or similar words in the title or what. But but no, this one I think is one of those songs that I don't, for some reason, I don't feel like it, and I do have that stuff from back, I don't feel like it would necessarily be good to stylize it to a different style because it just would sound weird with most other styles. The only thing I can kind of say to kind of explain that sort of makes sense in my head is is that it's something to do with the tempo of the song. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I kind of want to save my energy musically and otherwise until there's somebody here, and I would like to get this charged a little bit further. So I'm going to delay it briefly. But speaking of that thing I was just speaking of, let me just see for a moment. Yes, I gotta look at those messages. Oh, that finally sent. About 25 minutes ago. Yeah, they're all by the same person. But, You know what? Maybe I won't do that song. I don't like how it starts off. And I don't know what the inspiration of that was. I hope it was not kind of disrespecting. That's not him. I don't know what it has to do with it. The song, keeping the faith. I don't know what Jesus take the. Well, I guess. Oh, duh. When 19 minutes in, nobody's here. Thank the Lord. I came across. Okay, so yeah, it was mostly Billy Joel, but not entirely. Actually, I almost want to play that one. I do. When I think of the show, I think of that. No, I don't. Jim Crochet? American Pie. I don't know Believe by Mumford & Sons. TBT. I'm not going to say the full words, but that is an odd sounding band name. But that's cool, because I don't hate his stuff, but I don't know if there's that much of it I really would want to do. And there's another reason why, with G being home, I might not want to. So it's nice that it's actually giving some other Yonder Mountain String Band. Don't carry it all. Raised up black and tan. I like how it's suggesting some other stuff too, though. No, that one's I'm hesitant about, especially if certain people tuned in at the latter part and said, "What was that song?" You know, it has a certain start to it, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. I think I did that song. I was a woman. I think I did that as a kid with Jenny. I don't know if I know any. There's a verse. All artists. That could be fun. Wish there was somebody here. If I was to go by the first letters of the initials of the people that I've been mentioning in this, well, I mean, if we were to go by the same guy that whose music I was just looking at, then we'd be going with a B, and then an R, and a. This should be plugged in, but it holds its charge quite well. But then again, that only works if it wants to show me them. Well, and it doesn't seem to, which is annoying. I don't think there's anybody here when I did the music, and it really makes me wonder. Am I meant to? It really does. Maybe I should noodle with this one. Back 4. T. T. Oh, they do that song too. Who knew? I'm sure they did. I'm sure they knew, and lots of other people too. I just didn't. Perfect at Sharon. I don't know the Beatles song, If I Fell. I don't think I do. That's interesting that it's throwing a song called Shine, because that also makes me think of my friend. But not this song. Actually, I think it was the band Shine Down. Heaven Let Your Light Shine Down. Was it that one? I think it was, which James used to do, actually. Active 5 minutes ago. Let me try that letter thing again, but I'll try it with a different letter. Not that. I mean, if any letter would, if the feature was going to work, I think any would work. But I think the next person, even if it's not in the same order, would be under the L's. I accidentally clicked M. It's still not opening them, which is annoying. And again, I'm so bad at thinking some up. I can't think of any that start with B or L or R. I'm thinking the Ramones for a moment there, but I don't know if I really know their songs very much. But let's play that little game, and I'll play it with myself until somebody's here. Band that starts with A. I'm going to sit and think until I think of one. Okay, I thought of one. That was fast. But I don't really care for the... It's the theme. Yeah, so far it's the theme, I tell you. But also, I'm not really sure I really know that many of their songs, even though they're fairly popular. B, I already struggled to think of that. Okay, I'm thinking of one, actually. And I thought of them the other day. And earlier in this, I actually thought of the song Brian Wilson, who was one of the Beach Boys, right? So, that randomly off. No, but it stayed in amazingly. But it makes me miss Jenny. It makes me miss. Well, I do and don't want to be on the beach, but it makes me miss Jenny. It makes me. Think certain things. And then there's another one I think of, but no. See. The screen's still on amazingly, but C. Oh, come on. Oh, that's an interesting one to think of, but again, and the same two reasons. We'll get some of the letters, I'm sure of it though. D. Um. Ooh. Is that who does that song? I only know one of their songs. Again, kind of the other reason, but not really. But it's fast. It's a fast one. Not that I couldn't do it. I don't know if I'm up to doing it right now, though. I want something else to get me through this. Like, baby, I want something else. Now listening when you think. Now, E, kind of makes me think of one which I sang a little bit of the other day, and I think I only know two of her songs, or their songs. I don't know if it's a band, or, I mean, I think it's a singer, and she obviously has a backing band, so, but other than that, I can think of a band name that starts with the next letter and has that one in it. E. Oh, there's gotta be. It's not really a. But again, same kind of thing there. Etta James randomly came to mind, but she the one that does at last my love has come along, my lonely days are over. I think she does. I think she does, but that could be the only one of hers I know. F. I think it's any with that song. I also don't like the band name. That one's kind of similar. That one's kind of similar. No, I wonder how that if that band name got its name the way I'm thinking of. Well, I thought of some. I guess I didn't say whether I had to think of ones I like, and I'm not thinking of any that I would want to search necessarily. So, G. That one was popular in high school. I connect it to a movie which a lot of people find kind of sad, and also I don't know if I know any of their songs. I might just know the band name. H. I thought of another one that was quite popular in high school, and there is kind of an interesting song by them, but it's more the band name I don't like. And it takes me back to a time in my life which I miss. H. Is there another? That one too, yeah. Is there another one? Not sure. I. It's a movie. I. Okay, yeah. But I'm thinking no. And then I don't know, but I'll, like again, sometimes I'm just wanting to move along. So I'm playing a neat little game. At the moment, it's been a little bit quiet here. But what I'm doing is trying to think of band names that start with certain letters, and you left. Or at least it looks like you did. So I'll keep playing by myself then. Unless you are here, and then join in, please. J. I don't know if that's a band name or not. I don't like the movie or play. Isn't there something called Jumpsuit? But I don't think that's the first part. But I don't think that's the only part of the band name, and I really don't think I'm going to know any of their songs. I could be wrong. Oh, what about Jackson 5? Yeah, well, I mean, maybe, but it could be kind of controversial. K. Ooh. For some reason I went to Beyonce Knowles, but that it doesn't start with a K. I did see that other one just a moment ago. It's right there, actually, that starts with a K. But, yeah. L. Not sure if I feel that one. I'm really not this picky in particular, but right now I guess I am. M. Now I did see that one earlier. It's a possibility. But I don't know much of their other songs, and I'm not too sure what I think of that song. Most I don't really know any of either. Or I don't think I do. I feel like G or X maybe know that one. Manfred Mann, I don't think I know any of their songs unless they do. No, that's the Village People. I'm trying to find ones that I know quite a bit of, too. N. I don't know why, although this kind of starts more with a T. The Nancys, and that was stagnancy was the word you do. The Nancys sounds like a band name. I'm not sure if it is, but the well, again, if we take out the T, I'm thinking the Neon Trees, but I don't know their stuff very well. Oh, right. No, that I'm not going to probably want to do, and I don't know their stuff very well. So let's just go right on past that. Oh, I'm sure there's a band called Odyssey. There's got to be. That's something like Obsidian might be a bad name, but again, I don't know for sure. P. Nope. So what I'm doing is I'm playing a little bit of a game here. It's been a little bit quiet for the past little while, but I'm looking through the letters of the alphabet and trying to think of band names that start with them, with those letters. And you left, so. And no, I'm going to skip right over that because I thought of one. So now we're on that. I did already think of one earlier. I wasn't sure about it. There's another one. That might be the song, though. Well, maybe I'll do that next. S. Supertramp? I don't think I know enough of their stuff, though. My goodness. Like, so I know about a lot of bands, I just don't know the music very well. No, T. Thinking of that one, but I don't know if I would do that. U. That would sound funny. So I'm playing a bit of a music game here, and I'm going through the alphabet. I'm almost through the alphabet, and then I'm going to start with songs. But right now I'm looking at band names to see if I can think of any songs. And I'm on the letter that start with U as you leave, right before I say start with you. I don't know if it is one, but I feel like Utopia could probably be one. Struggling to think of any. V. I'm thinking of a word. I don't know if it's a band name. I would hope it's not. W. Whitesnake? X. Good luck with that one. Not even going to try with that one. And with I'm thinking of Yellow, but again, I don't do a lot of rap. I don't really know his stuff, and I don't know if there's any others other than that. But this is helping me get my device charged at least, so there's that. So now we're going to do songs. And it sounded like G was coming downstairs a moment ago, but then he didn't, so maybe he'd do a pit stop in the you-know-where. So let's start with A. Well, all my life. Kind of did that one earlier. I don't know how to just, oh maybe I do, but it's also seeming to be wonky. I don't know if it'd be just as wonky on the computer. Ugh. Let me try it though. Well, when it says tabs, it means chords too, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, see? Oh, that's nice. it seems kind of random and somewhat surprising, but it actually does order the songs A through Z, but that doesn't, not very well it don't. I mean, first of all, those aren't English. Those are symbols. Now it wants me because I selected that and then went through past. Okay, I didn't have to do anything. It verified the document, so that's nice of it. Right, these are song names, right? Yeah. But at least it's working on here. So many songs have numbers in them. My goodness gracious me. And they count that as like the coming before A, right? So this is interesting. Kind of. There's a 1-800. Ooh. 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 How do I get past all these numbers? I don't know if there's a way. Just going, you know what, it's probably going to, okay, I know what it's doing though. Like it's putting the numbers and then also the letters alphabetical that go with it, it seems like, which is kind of interesting. So I'm at the 10H. No, that can't be right then, because it was 10M a moment ago. This could take much longer than I thought. Maybe I should stick with my initial idea, because yeah, this is not necessarily the best way to do it. And I don't think I know that many songs that start with numbers, to be honest. So let's go down here, go back to the letter I was talking about. I don't know why it wasn't working on my tablet, because I could pull up the song just fine, and that's what I was going to do. I could do that while, or maybe I'll charge this and use this. Thought you were coming downstairs. That's the first one under C? Or the most popular? These don't seem to be in a particular alphabetical order. But I'm looking up some, okay, I'm looking up some songs. I know that band is popular. I don't know if I want to do them. I don't know, Chris Tomlin, was he not the one that was the judge on one of those singing shows as well? Um, I feel like I know. Chaperone, I know they are very popular right now. I almost did Subway the other day, but then I decided not to. And I think I decided not to, but there are other, and I don't know if they have more than two popular hits. I mean, apparently they do. They have 142, but I used to love Creed when I was growing up. Let's see what I'm not going to do. Chris Isaac. What you up to anyway? Almost want to do Chris Cornell. Coulter Wall. That's an interesting name. Somewhat ironic. Cody Johnson Cream. I wish these were in order so I could know. I don't know why the other ones were, but these. I thought, yeah. No, I thought they were, but then I think I realized they weren't. Oops. Coming. Coming! I'll get him back. Honey. Peace, I'll do it. That's probably at 100% if you want to do some music there. Oh. Oh. Okay. Hey.
You what a prostitute dog you are. What a wonderful puppy dog you are. That's for sure, Sonny. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my email. That's what I am. You can also text me at 224-55.
Oh, was she saying that? Huh? She said she was going to email when they were coming in. Didn't she say time? Oh, I think she said she said to. She said to. Email is not But yeah, that's the only plan that we were so predictive the other day. It's the only plan we have today other than live streaming, eating. Oh, you're back! Woohoo! I'm glad you made it back. I was really thinking you wouldn't. But, and I'm back too, ironically. I thought you'd be back and I wouldn't. Well, I guess that kind of was the case. Back and black, just kidding. But, still not sure if you like luck, but I'm glad to have you here. What have you been up to? Got watching another show or what? Always another show. Oh, right. I sang that recently, but then there's Welcome to the Show. Speak about him again. But yeah, eating, live streaming, sleeping, customer, making sure the dog behaves. Ended up watching a premiere of what? Well, I'm glad you made it back to this premiere. What I was doing before I got up was looking at bands, musicians, that start with a certain letter at the moment. A Girl I Watch. That's the name of the show? You're like, no, you probably wouldn't like it. Just kidding. Oh, that's really good. Speaking of girls, I don't know. I know a couple of her songs, but not much. Colby Calais. Next page. Oh, there was a second person there for a moment. They flickered faster than the fastest flicker I've ever seen in my life. Flickers, it flickers. You'd be like, oh, it's him, woohoo! And then their phone died. No, it was a hair tutorial. Oh, I see. I could use one of those. There's a musical called Hair, of course, but I only know one or two of the songs from it. I'm so glad you made it back, though. It's been kind of quiet, as I thought it might be. I mean, it may not have been, but it was, so, you know. So yeah, I'm looking at these bands. I actually am wondering. I was thinking about this individual the other day, and it's weird that he kept my brother's band going. Even my brother was in it for so many years, but even when my brother was no longer in it, I don't know how many of the original band members were, or if he just kept the name and he was solo. But there's a part of me that wants to, because I haven't heard from my brother. I didn't hear from him over Christmas, which I usually do. I sent to him on his birthday, which is February something, but I don't think I heard from him on my I remember messaging. I was looking at it just the other day. Apparently, it was a couple of weeks beforehand. I asked if he was still alive. Can't remember why, but I did. It's not like I hear from him often, but I'm thinking I might send his former bandmate and ask, are they still in touch? Has he talked to him recently? Because I'm a bit worried and I don't really know who else to ask. I know that sounds weird, but he's a half-sibling of mine. We don't have a huge family. A lot of them have passed away. I could try and get answers from them in spirit, but I would rather, try another way first. Uh, oh, I see. Well, you're just doing your best with it, right? Um, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that guy, though. That's the other thing. Let me just take a quick moment to look. But if you have any favorite, and I don't know, this might lend itself to a lot of faith music. Well, I know you've lost a few that weren't born, which is quite sad. Um, really? Okay. Yeah, that's the only one I have as far as blood related goes. And I don't feel like having enough bros these days. It's something, like I say, it's just kind of been a bit quieter. But yeah, if there's any favorite musical groups that start with C, maybe list as many as you can name. And I'll give D to the person that just tuned in if you'd like to list some songs that start with D or musical groups that start with D, because I would like to do some music if I still have the energy. I think I do. The device is still well charged. I thought G was going to be playing the piano, but then he went and did something else. You can't think of any band or songs that start with C or D? If not, how about E? That's a hard letter, I think. If not, I do have a list I can look at. I just wanted to see. It's interesting that G has a mutual, because it's what used to be his device. G has a mutual with somebody that has a kind of unique same name as my brother's former bandmate. And that one, they did pretty well, but I don't think either of you would know that band. Okay, I think I have found him. Has he posted recently? I don't know. He has his page locked. And if we're going, unless those are his sons or nephews, that's not him. Anyway, okay, I'll go back to the song list in just a moment. I was really hoping to be able to find, I guess I'll just have to keep waiting to get an email from my brother. Okay, so back to the song list. Thank you for your patience. Let's see here, because I probably will know of some of these ones. But like City and Color, I don't know much of their music. I think I've heard of Chevelle. I definitely don't really know any of their music. That's one I thought of. Those are both ones I thought of earlier and thought, meh. You've known it. We've known somebody actually, last name Tweety, but this is Conway Twitty. Chet. See, this isn't alphabetical. I'm also so busy right now, but I'll try to stay. It's just house stuff. Okay, so you're multitasking. Wasn't you that was cleaning the other day? Oh, yeah, I really should. I really should. I need Crystal tune in so I can get that bag off the couch because I wanted to ask her something about it. Or tell her something, rather. I don't know. Yeah. Do you see that she's posted much recently? Like, do you get notifications? Um, I am feeling musical, though. I want to find some songs to do, man. Christina Aguilera? Cher? Yeah, I'm kind of going at a slow pace, which is good because then I'll have energy when I do the music. Please remind me that my other water, the colder water, is by the piano because I might end up at the keyboard. I don't listen to that much music. Really? Faith music mostly, I guess, eh? Well, I hope I can, and you know, I know you're a bit younger too, but I hope I can introduce you to more music then. That'd be cool. I don't know if you've heard of the name Kylie Minogue by any chance. Just that my brother that I was just talking about has worked with her. They did some music together. I thought she was more of an actress. Maybe she is, but couldn't tell you much of what she's done. I think she's done some modeling too. Really? Huh. Yeah, I don't know much about her, obviously, like I say, but I've certainly heard of her. Yeah. There are some of these band names I'd rather not know about because they're weird. I feel like, is Crowded one you know of? I feel like maybe it was one of your playlists where I learned about that, and I knew somebody with that last name. Actually, somebody that had my first name with that last name and was musical, I believe, from my hometown perhaps, and somebody else who passed away on Thanksgiving morning a couple of years ago. Um, Crowder. I mean, I'm iffy about the band name, sort of, but Crash Test Dummies, I probably could sing. They have a kind of, he has a unique singing voice, right? And I feel like if I did some of their music, I'd probably have that as well. Um, hey G, want to come up here and play some Debussy if you're not too Debussy? I'll be back in 10 minutes. I have to help. But if I'm longer, I'm helping move heavy things. Okay, just don't hurt yourself. Um, yeah, if you needed to help and you're able to, then, you know, and other people can do it, then yeah. Okay, I hope you'll be back. Okay, in 10 minutes you said, but last time you said 15. But I know you're doing your best to be here. And whether I'll still be rolling or not, we'll find out, yeah, won't we? And if not, you can always see things that are already posted after the fact. Just come browsing, you know. If you think, oh, I think I watched that one. It was one of my favorite ones I watched last year. You're welcome to see if it is, or if it might be one of your favorites this year, or both, or just any titles that intrigue you. And to quote a name I just saw here in the list of C performers, it would be Coolio. Oh, you moved? When did you move? Before Christmas, I'm guessing. Moving around the holidays would be a little bit, unless you had to. Do you like where you've moved? You're still in the same state, though, right? I kind of want to look at a different letter. I wish these were alphabetical, like I say, like the other ones. Like they're all C's, but they're not otherwise alphabetical. So I don't know how many I'm browsing through. And if anybody was looking for, well, if anybody was looking for anything particular, they typed that. I think I'm going to go to D's. Okay. Oh yeah, because you said that you were visiting. I thought when you said you were at your grandparents, unless that was your other grandparents, I thought you were just visiting. That's how you made it sound. Well, that's interesting. Do you like living in that house? Is it special for you? Is it awkward? And then I guess the holidays were so busy that then if it was middle or end of November, you're still doing stuff. Okay. And you probably feel like you're missing out on what they're doing if you're not, and like you're not helping much if you're not helping. So I understand that. Okay. I live 2 or 3 streets away from my grandparents, the only ones I ever met in person and all that, back in the day. But and that's actually quite common. I feel like G did as well. Anyway, I want to look at songs A through Z. I think that would be better. How do I get there? I click that stupid icon. It was showing at the top there. Now it's not. Like it was showing a filter option. Yep. You said that. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. Instead of just disappearing and not giving me any indication. Most popular of all time. I don't care if it's most popular. I just want to work my way through the alphabet. But that doesn't make no sense. Leading a double life. There's the title. This is not alphabetical. Artist A through Z. Okay. Because there's a symbol there, and there's symbols there for some weird reason. Like in quotations in the title. But I don't know why, because like Weird Al, why is he quotated like that? I don't think that's what he goes by. Maybe he does, because he's weird. If you have any song requests, the people that are watching, that might be the easiest way. Oh, but of course the thing about Weird Al is his parodies, right? So let me see. Well, that's obviously an Avril Lavigne song. That's Cats. Okay. That maybe to Bargain Shop. Some of them are American. Yeah. Does that mean he's anti-Canadian? Because I don't like that as a Canadian. No. Scrolling past all of those. I need some piano in my life today, in my life this way. Just bring up one of them heart and flower ones, and I'm happy. Before somebody buys one and one for their aunt. Cavity search. And yeah, some people are just too famous. Make some room for the people that haven't made it yet. Sorry? And they shouldn't put that on there, but it's users of the site that put it on there. Sorry, what? Who? Where?
Were you calling me?
Yeah, I was asking for those flower heart bowls, and I was asking for some panano.
Flower heart bowls.
The ones I told you about from the picture.
Oh.
Please and spank you.
You're going back to Saleville afterwards.
No, I was hoping that we could keep one, like I say, because I really like them. To me, it almost doesn't even matter what they sound like. It's the look that I especially like. But if they sound nice, they probably all sound similar, right?
They have different tones. They have a similar sound with different pitches.
Right. Okay. But this was the thing with the other time when I looked alphabetical. All these numbers, and how many do I have to go past before I get past the numbers in titles? in quotations, which I didn't notice earlier, and I thought that that's how I started looking. It just feels too tedious to browse those ones like that. I don't really think I'm going to know Art for Art's Sake. That's an interesting title that just jumped out at me. Because those Arms of a Stranger, those aren't alphabetical. I'm like now clicking 57 listed in. This is a huge world, folks, and lots of bands like to start with numbers. Now we seem to be in, no, I was going to say years. I bet you very few people have browsed this site this way, but I'm probably not the only one. Cosmic Love. We went from years to manitos. Oh, there's one that small. Let me see if that's what I was talking about, because I didn't know they were
You
that
said
small.
one was a flower.
But you did say $20, so it would make sense. Yeah, I think that's the one. Oh, that's cool. It's so interesting and tiny and gold. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a terrible band name. Okay, I'm struggling to get some music going in here, but we'd all adore it. Each and every one of us. And it's at 99%, so if you'd like to take the phone over there, I can hand it to you.
Well, I wanted to go upstairs first, but I'll be right back.
Well, of course you do.
Or, like, yeah.
Just to lollipop around, eh?
Just a lollipop around. That's
Well, lolly about. I think it's a phrase. It might be British. Oh, is there anything in that?
probably not.
Well,
Skin toning body butter.
oh, maybe it was the butter. It's like putting butter on my body.
No, it's empty. May
Is
I
it?
recycle it, please, and replace it with this beautiful bowl? What a great idea.
We should use that candle because it won't do the same thing that one did, I don't think, because it's the right size for it. If you want to pass that here.
I'm still
Can
in
you pass
favor-
that candle, please?
I'm in favor of still trying to use that candle.
I think that's probably good to keep things in because it's got a good lid, and there may be something about the name of it that I liked. Oh, the water was moving. I thought the candle was moving. Can you take this? This is for you, by the way. Where would you like it? I don't want it to tip in the fridge, but
You barely drank out of it.
I know I thought I liked it, but then today I decided I didn't.
I like to recycle things that have been used, so. The packaging is all very nice.
Okay, I don't even remember keeping that. It must have been long ago.
Okay.
But I'm sure I had a reason.
Uh-huh.
That one's really rustic looking. Man, like I say, too many bands have numbers in their name, and I'm 97 in, just trying to get to the A's. At least I mean, I haven't been looking super closely, but at least I've heard of that one. 3 Doors Down with Tweedledum and Tweedledee. But I haven't. Okay, now we're at 100. That's as far as I can go. And they haven't given me an A yet.
That's annoying.
Well, what if I did it this way, from the bottom? Because now it knows I'm looking at artists. Okay, here we go. But it's not alphabetical. Alphabetical A's, as in like A, B, A, C, A, D, But let's see here. Does anybody want to hear any Adele? Does anybody want to hear any maybe Aerosmith? Or I should go back to this tab just in case I'm missing any comments. Okay. I did one of theirs already. Why is Audrey Hepburn in this list? I know some people act and sing. I just don't know if I knew that she did music. It's vaguely familiar, but I don't think I knew that. yeah, that artist has a song that'll always be special to me. I've covered it a couple times, kind of recently. Uh, but Audrey Hepburn and Audrey Hobart, whoever that is. That's a band name, Acceptance. I could accept that if that thing did pop up in front. I'd like to browse that later. I know. I mean, because I didn't start it right at the beginning of this, but I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to think of band names that start with A at the moment. So top of the alphabet. So this isn't my first round of it either, by the way. I'm just, well, actually, I'm not as much trying to think of, but as I'm browsing them now. Like anything that's like super, super new, I probably don't know. Or if I've heard the songs and like them, I don't know who they're by. Australian Crawl. I've heard of Andy Grammer. I don't think I knew he did music though. Yeah, wait, I believe went after that lady's talk or something. I don't remember if we went downstairs or upstairs. I think I went upstairs. But, otherwise we'd have it before him, but I'm still not hungry. And then she'll come, and then she'll go, and then maybe we'll eat, and then we'll set off for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll have a sleep. Possibly. I think that the dog would probably want to have a walk at that point. Right, the dog. That's anybody? Yeah. We're just having we actually were out a lot the other day, and um, I can't actually believe how many of these I haven't heard of. I mean, that's an individual, and I know of him with the other name that he sings with. Any guesses? So that's actually a neat little additional guessing game with this music thing. Starts with A. He sings with somebody else, and they're, I think, more well known for their names together. Another orange. April Wine, I just don't feel like I know enough of. Cigarette. But I don't remember being all that close to him. I don't. I might look up Lipton later, but not right now. But he actually had to move in a little bit, and it was kind of random, actually. But I guess I was in contact with him, and he was happy to, so that was amazing. He's a strong guy. There's a great pagan one, all them. Can you please pass that water over here? that one. Thank you.
What did he
That's a great
say?
band name, At the Drive-In.
At the
And they have
drive-in.
220 songs. You do? Nobody's there, but if they were, this would look
Nobody's
weird.
there. Would this look weird too?
You're being weird. You don't want
Why?
to turn away potential
No.
customer.
What
Potential.
what if people like weirdness?
What if they don't?
What if people don't like weirdness? People like certain sorts of weirdness. Do you like a weirdness with my hair just sort of hanging like this?
You realize that's really in my peripherals in my face, right?
I'm right in his face.
My bubble.
Oops. Did I just do that? I
Do what?
didn't.
Oh.
Ah.
It woke up certain electrodes that have been sleeping a long time
Oh no.
in Kentucky.
Sleeping in Kentucky along with that package.
I know, but I finally saw Sheila's name again today.
Now what am I looking for? I am looking for...
I still haven't fought. You're looking for the piano. It's right there. How can you miss it? It's
My
huge.
coffee. My
Or the keyboard.
Mon Cafe. Où est mon café?
Where
Usually it's just me in the house. Today I've got the other goof as well. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. Yeah, the other day we got quite a bit done, including some of the stuff I was going to do today, and the weather was a little more hit and miss today. So, yeah, we're just having a relaxing day at home, and here we are streaming. Didn't you just go up for it? Let's try bees. This is taking too long. What is that? Well, it shows a lot less of them. Under artists, let's start with 8. Why now? Oh, recent. Okay, how many do I know? Events? No. Nope. You know, I left off at D, so let's start there. And what I'm going to do is actually just go to look at one page of each. Let's just do that, because I want to make it through the alphabet, and that'll be a good time to wrap up, if not sooner. I mean, a couple of these I've heard of, but it's kind of like, yeah, for one reason or another. Or I've only heard of them and I don't know anything they do. I was on a plane once with Def Leppard, though. Hurry, let's have some Dean Martin.
Dean Martin? You know, I know in one of my books I've got a Dean Martin song, and I played it, but which book and what song, I don't remember at the moment.
everybody loves somebody sometime.
That was his signature song.
Would you
Sonny, you missed this.
rather
bit,
some
You missed this bit of corn chip.
Denny Cacnan?
You and your supposedly superior doggy nose.
Dijon? It's a band called Dijon and they have 60 songs. As of December 30th. For some reason that one has a date and I don't know why. Are they new as of December 31st? Man, they've been busy.
And more importantly, can you get them with with noodles and rice?
That's an interesting combination for things.
Yeah.
But some of them might be multiple versions of the same song, that's why.
Hello, Sonny. Well, you know, if you're ever wanting to feel
Ed Sheeran?
better
That's why nobody
about
has too many tattoos.
the amount of people you have tuning in and stuff. I
You put the
got
dog
this
out.
email from
I hope it's
SoundCloud
clean.
telling me that this or that, it was a Winnipeg band, had released their new
I think
album.
nobody's there.
Something like that.
No, otherwise they maybe not remember. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, the point of it all being is,
What are they called?
oh, I forget now, but that wasn't the point.
Okay.
The point of it being is you go to their page on SoundCloud and you see that Nobody listens to any of these tracks.
Maybe they're new.
They'd uploaded them like a month ago.
Pretty good things like a hotspot.
And you go, anyway, so people gone to all this effort and
What about Eartha Kitt or Extremo Maduro? Hey, Humperdinck.
yeah, Engelbert Humperdinck, yeah. He was, oh,
Here comes. Can you close that? Or just mostly close it? The rain again, falling on my head like a memory. Falling on a head like a new emotion. Ooh.
I want to. Yes, yes.
Are you the Empire of the Sun? Well, that's pretty darn good on the spot. Saudi Arabian? Saudi?
That's, shall we say, a very minimal melody.
I'm just goofy. Sometimes I say that word funny and then I think of the other part. Franz Schubert, is that his name? That's the Schubert you play?
Franz Schubert, that's right.
It's a song.
Oh,
Schubert, Orange Schubert. Woo!
we're always hearing Schubert.
Well, I don't think you know Father John Misty, so.
Well, Father John Misty would like to hear some Schubert, I'll play some Schubert.
Finn Wolfhard. How about Frankie's Siham Bing?
Okay.
Well, Fig Dish is better than Dish Fig. Fig Dish is better than Dig Fish. I don't know. Man, that dog is noisy. I don't like him out there being that noisy, to be quite honest. Don't like him in here being noisy either, though. I just don't like him being noisy most of the time. Of course, I don't know if you want to play the keyboard since you put that light on and you're watching for that lady. Goo Goo Dolls.
But I thought you wanted Schubert.
We could play Schubert there with a fancy effect mixed in. Oh, that would be fun. Grover Washington. What's he doing making music? George Strait, or not quite. I'm carrying the love with me all the way from Tennessee. I'm moving at the good Lord's speed, carrying the love with me. It's all I got for holding on. All I ever need, carrying your love with me. So there you have it. It seems to be saying to do Schubert in the style of a musical, and that is actually a setting in there in the preset.
Okay, okay. At that point, I just have to say.
I know it's different for you, but all three of them, I'm sure, would love to hear it. What a weird song name and title. Artist, Girl Puppy. I miss when I smelled like you. The title's kind of creative, but I've just seen The Rock of Ages, and you can thank Gary Stewart. Not obvious that letter was selected. Hillsong, Hoosier. Harry Styles. Did he pass away recently, or was that somebody else in the band he was in? He's just about to start doing something, so I don't want to start doing music. Let me look at that a little bit. Kind of want to look at both of them because this particular one will show a nice mix. If it loads. I thought all of these were loading. We're trying to. Okay, here we go. Jan 4th. Happy birthday, Grandpa. It would be funny if somebody tuned in right at that moment. Who are you calling Grandpa? I ain't your Grandpa. That's funny because she was talking about grandparents. Then you add the musical background to it. I didn't know that they did Watermelon. I don't think I did anyway. Watermelon Sugar, I thought that was Maroon 5. But they may have been my next guess. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Nope. Never heard of her. That's a short ass song. Heaven Comes Down. Surprised there's not more Justins and Johns. Oh, but again, it might not be showing in order. It's showing in J order, but that's about it. John's Charming Ray, is she? Is he? He's also gotten a lot of tattoos, probably more than I think look nice. That's a very interesting title. Naked. That was pretty far in too.
I couldn't find musical in here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're alphabetical. I'll try and find it in a little bit.
It's actually, it's incredible synchronicity. The moment that I said I couldn't find
You found it?
it scrolled right onto it. Number 157. Now if I can
That was perfect. You can change the tempo. Let me change the tempo for you. Or do you know how? Change the tempo? Sounds more like country.
It's a little bit too fast. No, slower. We want it slower.
Too fast still? Still too fast or no? Or just too much of a piano? I think the problem is there's a lot of piano in that style. So it's mixing with the piano in a funny way.
I'm also not used to using this. And
You don't have to.
This is set up like. Okay.
Why do you have that there?
That was to stop that from falling, but it's not necessary anymore.
Okay. Do you have anything that's not 3 pages long?
Anything that's you wanted, Schubert.
Yeah, all of his songs 3 pages long.
Oh, here's a shorter one. This
Because
one is
basically, if you put it
just-
center,
it's just 2 pages long.
I can do that.
Oh, then why would they want to see my face while this is going on? Hi.
What do you mean? You podcast sometimes, and they see you, so I don't get the problem. The shirt choice is a little bit, but.
My shirt choice. Maybe he could. But no, don't do it.
Sorry?
Don't do it. Oh, something unwanted is happening. Stop. Something unwanted is happening. And I should know how to stop it. There's an easy way. Indeed.
You don't need to time yourself.
No, I'm not, but what I want...
I'm just starting the timer.
Just a second.
When,
So, what's her name? As you would say,
Sorry?
just got an email from somebody saying they'd be here in about 25 minutes.
Oh
So
my goodness, that's new.
that's well.
earlier than what you said, I
It
think.
is a little bit earlier. That means
that's
1:35.
Are they
That's
okay with dogs? Oh, that's specific.
well.
Is she okay with dogs? If not, she's not allowed, right?
I haven't been in the habit of asking this question of people, so I'm
We
not
gather them up when they get here.
yeah, I'm not gonna start now.
When she gets here.
Okay, so I'll just reply.
Okay, so I guess you want to set the timer to give yourself a buffer of 5 or 10 minutes. Ow, I just stepped on that metal thing. Oh, the loading.
I'm not understanding. I think you can lower.
Yeah. With a smiley. With a smiley and a song, okay. So there we go. Envoyer. We go back. We go back to the timer. We change the timing. We change it to this instead. That's better. I'm ready. Are you? With a little bit of strings. Let's have it with a little bit of strings.
Everything was too plaid or too stripy. So I didn't like
My
it.
wardrobe
Sorry?
fails.
I thought you had a few of them. And you gave your usual instructions? You gave your usual
No.
instructions to get here?
No.
Okay, well, hopefully she doesn't have to think. Yes, you have a sugar plum yes. Sugar plum farrier. I don't know.
This is supposed to be a cello.
orchestra hit, of course. It's loud.
That's weird. It says on this screen that there's somebody watching.
Maybe it's you.
Oh, me that I'm watching. Yeah, there we are. It didn't indicate the hearts though, which is kind of odd.
This is choir.
Choir, cool. The rest of me in
Hello? Anyway,
It says 4 on here. It says 3 on there. That's very good. Takes a
It's-
bit to catch up between the devices.
that has been Schubert's Moment Musicale, number 6 in A flat major, played on the keyboard with the choir voice turned on. myself 10 minutes
Okay.
extra.
now you're not going to take it?
Oh!
I'll be right there.
My knee's giving me trouble. He's forgetting about the ooh and all that.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
What'd I miss?
Oh, nothing. It's just
Nothing?
me getting up and going.
Looks like there's some things.
Well, yes.
What are they?
I know you'd like to hear some.
What are they?
What?
What did I miss down there?
All I did was I got up and I went out, and then I explained to the viewer that my knee was sore. That's all. Anyway, I hear a car.
I don't know why I typed B.
I hear a car.
Okay, just a moment. I don't see a car. They're kind of busy with the
Okay, it's a
place nearby.
it's true. Sonny, you're being really irritating. Hi. Whoever you are.
Well, so they're saying. She's saying.
Okay.
He's not processing, but you're saying. You're saying, but he's not processing. Hi, Justina. I don't know. I haven't seen her yet today. Just when so you're thinking of when she subscribed the other day. Other than that, not sure. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Not sure. Couldn't tell you. Not sure. But I know I got to. Well, that looks like a runway or some sort of fanciness with that Jeep. Hello.
Sonny, you're being super irritating.
Oh, not just a little bit?
Not just a little bit.
Yeah, it's true. I only have my. Here's what let me see here. You can have your pizza later. And then,
Yeah. You know I prefer just to nibble on.
oh yeah, you can nibble one serving. One mighty serving of various things, not all of which you'll like for later, but you do, of course, have a pizza for later too at some point in time. I don't know if I should finish off that little bit of slice because I know I'm going to want my appetite for later. A little later. So I get out of the fridge. We're at 83%, so I'm good in the hood. I suppose I should look up what I might want to do next. I can help you with the dog when she gets here.
Okay.
I'll be visiting with her. She's just coming to look at something. What could we be selling? Oh. Trying to get it to come back onto the computer, and it's being kind of slow. I'm not sure why, but it is. What do I do with my water now? Oh, same thing I'll probably do with it later. Put it somewhere. Just might be. Very, very well. It might very well be. Oh. Well, that wasn't working on here if I could think of letters, but I already tried that. And so try again. If I could think of letters, I'd know some numbers. I was kidding. Usually it's not particularly wonky like this. It's just kind of freezing at the moment. Oh, here we go. I didn't have to enter anything either. That's kind of odd. So if anybody is watching from earlier, when I played that little guessing game, I was referring to Simon and Garfunkel. Sorry for keeping it so silent for so long. I don't know if she named Shania Twain's from my hometown. She's got some alright songs, but I know they were asking me about that one, but they didn't say any other songs by him, so maybe they don't like them. Yeah, I didn't get very much on a moment ago. Sam Smith. I feel like I might know some of his songs. Oh, another one just kind of came to mind actually. Um, I hate to leave that tab, but let's just see here. I don't think that's that other song that I looked at the music video and it was like a one. I don't think that was that song. Um, Woohoo!
And annoying.
This is just taking a moment to load. Somebody's briefly going to be arriving at the house, but I'll still be available. I just have to kind of grab the dog for a moment to keep him from being too hyper with somebody he's never met before. He may or may not like it. And then you're leaving. It doesn't matter that free speech anywhere, apparently. Or at least it looks like it. Oh, but either came back, somebody else is here. So I'm trying to get a list of musicians loaded, but if you have any song requests, feel free to put them. I can look them up on. Okay, here we go. But you can still put them. Let me just see here for a moment. Oh, and I guess you got the other phone back, do you?
Yes, I do.
Okie dokie, yeah, the turkey. I did discover. I guess you're here, so I can tell you, and it's not like I'm not telling anyone. This was from. I'm trying to remember if he also went to my elementary school, but I don't know about CC, but he may have went to my elementary school. But I was browsing alphabetical. I was doing that thing again. Oh, but it still says 104, but it's more like almost 3. But anyway, and I saw a kind of unique name. If I'm reading it right, it may have actually been somebody I went to school with that has music posted on this site. But I mean, they were into. He was into theater, I think. But other than that, I don't know if it would be him. I don't know how I could tell. But actually, I do kind of, in a way. UVXYZ, there's not likely going to be any. So let's go here. I don't think that's how it's spelled, though. But it could be, because it's kind of. I guess it's French. I mean, he was kind of African background, I believe. Some sort of African background. But a lot of them also have French connections too, right? So. I also feel like you might do somebody. It might be a classical person, but not. Yeah, with that kind of look. Okay, that's a name you'll know actually. So I don't think it's the same person because this probably goes back too far. Peter Schreere.
Doesn't ring a bell, but.
Well, he did something with Schubert's Stanchion Serenade.
So, okay, Stanchion Serenade, right, okay.
And Del Baldini's Is Besonders gone.
Wow. And so how is he coming into the conversation?
I saw the name, like I just told you. Would you pay attention?
Playlist. Okay, well, that yes.
So Vladislav Richter Wintermessin Schubert.
I guess he might have arranged a piece by Schubert or something like that.
He might have. I don't know how I would actually otherwise spell that name.
Was a pianist.
That could be him, but that guy. No, that's not the name. There's other drawing on his face. I guess it's bright enough out there too. Make sure the keyboard is off. She could be here in a minute. Or 2 or 3. La di da, la di da, la di da di da di da da, la da di da da, la da di da 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 da, la di da, la di da, la di da di da di da da. Oh, who was it that? Oh, right, her dad. There's something that made me think of dad. Chin Qigong, not Qigong, but the other one. Peter. I remember I did run it once, I think. I don't know what I thought once I did. But I'm not finding it out for some reason. There was never somebody I was actually connected with. And I mean, like that's so long ago. I mean, I can't remember which of the two schools. But even if I did, um, I don't think I'd remember. Oh, that's kind of funny. Somebody I went to school with, but possibly not this one, went to a school that actually is my last name. Spelled a bit different, and who knew that there was a school named after it, but oh, I doubt he's a tattoo artist. But what was that girl? Right. So maybe, baby. Ooh. She's late. Just kidding. So I'm just multitasking. So, like I say, somebody might come to the door in a moment, but I just have to make sure the dog isn't, being too hyper, and then the other person in the house can. I'm trying to find. I don't know if the viewer has knowledge of French names. I mean, G does. Can you think of variations? I know it's kind of a mixy name, but can you think of variations of spellings of that last name we were just talking about?
What last name?
Sorry, I have a surprise visit from my two other sisters. Oh, I couldn't show up yesterday, so sorry. Yeah, I guess I did roll yesterday. Um, well, that's nice. I mean, thanks for stopping by to let me know. Um, I get to see. I think you meant her now. Okay, we'll go and enjoy. I certainly don't want to interrupt that. But if either of them have any song requests they'd like to hear, you're welcome to come back and I can do it for you all. Other than that, yeah, do your thing. I do not mind, and to you as well. Um, no, it is. It's a weird name. It really is. That I'm thinking of. Let me just do this instead. She's wanting to find me that, which is not the same. It's similar. Hush, please, Sunny. Yeah, and I can't think of anybody who would have necessarily been close to him. I'm sure there was some. I just can't think of anybody. I think he was a little bit struggled to find his cliques. You know, I think he was someone who knew that he was capable pretty young age. So, or at least not straight. So, um, and you know, in school, that's sometimes harder. But, see, this particular person I'm thinking of may not still live in the area. And actually, yes, I think I searched that. When that I know what school that one was from, and that wasn't. Doesn't mean he lived in it, so he could have lived around there. Is she here?
I think so.
Okay.
Sit. Sit.
Good boy.
Oh, yeah? What's he doing? Don't do that first, did you? Spare us. Okay, they're almost picked up.
Well. Excuse me. Take Nick. Oh, you almost didn't take that. Well, we have done some music in here, so I have to be very careful about monetizing it. But yeah. So I wish I was thinking of music I could just jump right into doing, but there's nobody here right now, and well, there is somebody here, but not here to listen. And then also, I have no ideas. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess he would have told them that there's a dog, so I bark, but I'll settle down. Sonny, get over here, please. Thank you. Oh, now, I'm just doing something quietly, just trying to find. Hush! You're not doing. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. May not be tasty, but it might distract you. I did find those three on the counter earlier, so okay, that seems to have worked, thankfully. Well, those are okay. Is it going to show any more with the actual spelling I showed, or just those first few? Looks like just the first few. I'm kind of surprised. Well, it could be indigenous. I'm kind of surprised to only find as many. Sonny, would you please hush up? Thank you. Shh. This. Hey, that's enough. I might just wrap up and put the radio on, and he might relax. I don't know if this is this person that I'm thinking of or not, because it's been so long. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. He might be a tattoo artist these days, but no, I'm... Okay, you know what? I'm wrapping up, and I'm just going to play some music because the dog's being annoying. Take care.